From your hometown news leader, News 4 begins with a forewarned weather day.
Day. Hurricane Helene has brought rain to our area. You can see the wet roads around Dothan on the top right of your screen right now. The bottom left, that's a look at St. George Island in Florida as the storm gets closer to landfall. Nelsonville, Georgia is one of many areas expecting to face extreme weather from Hurricane Helene tonight. News 4's Lily O'Brien is there right now. So Lily, you found a business that kept its doors open. Why did they decide to still serve customers today?
Kinsley, don't be fooled by how it looks now. The Rodeo Cantina and Grill here in Donaldsonville was committed to staying open today, but now it's boarded up and employees are bracing for the storm. The owner and his employees spent the morning going through worsening weather conditions as they boarded up windows. Next to them sat an LED sign that told passing drivers and residents they were still open. And while food was served inside, sheets of plywood were lifted and screwed onto the building outside. Even the restaurant's youngest helpers knew how to help in important cases like the storm approaching now. Rodeo Cantina and Grill closed early, but until 4 p.m., they were ready to serve customers ahead of the storm. And now that the restaurant is locked and boarded up, employees are headed home, where they hope to stay safe from the storm. In Donaldsonville, I'm Lily O'Brien, your hometown news leader.
Yes, got to stay safe there. Lily O'Brien, thank you for that update. Dothan can expect heavy rainfall and winds from Helene. This can put areas with lots of trees like Dothan's historic garden district at risk. In 2018, Hurricane Michael left several downed trees and damaged homes in the neighborhood. Trey Wisdom's home wasn't spared. He recalls that experience. On that day, his neighbor told him multiple trees fell on his home. The damage was so bad, Governor Kay Ivey came to the garden district to look at it for herself.
It was just devastating, really. I mean, to see so many people's houses damaged to such an extent. You know, you think living up here, not being in Florida, that you're not going to get impacted like that you're not going to see that type of damage. But in all reality, any hurricane can do that.
After Hurricane Michael, Wisdom took some safety precautions in his yard. He recommends everyone take a look at the trees in their yard ahead of severe weather.
Hey Kinsley, we're out on Fortner Street right now where you see some puddling happening here. We expect this with that heavy rainfall, as David mentioned earlier. Well, we learned earlier also parts of Houston and Henry County are under that flash flood warning, and that is in effect until 6:45. We know that with this weather, anything can change. So guys, please be sure to stay updated with information as our chief meteorologist is tracking everything. Right now, we haven't seen any roads blocked off around area, but of course, as I mentioned, that puddling is happening right here. You see some more rain coming. This is again on Fortner Street. This street is a windy street, so if you are traveling on Fortner Street, please be careful as you go over those small bridges. We'll be sure to update you guys again on road conditions. That's coming up here at 6.
Brianna Jones, thanks so much, everyone. Make sure that you stay safe on those roads. Right now, shelters are open across our area for your safety. That includes First Baptist Church of Dothan and Memphis Baptist Church. Pastor Jim Tate with NBC says after celebrating 150 years of their church, it is a blessing for them to help others during a time of need.
Hey, that was really cool. They called yesterday morning and said, how soon can you be ready to go? And I said, well, let me just send out an email. I emailed the church, and within about 20 minutes, we had enough volunteers to make sure that we were adequately staffed to support these guys.
A blessing indeed. A full list of shelters can be found on the free News4 app. Tonight, people are still evacuating from Hurricane Helene, but there are also some people who are actually heading straight into the places where the storm is expected to make the biggest impact, all to be ready to respond to damage. News 4's Jamel Johnson joins us live now. So Jamel, what are people telling you tonight?
Yeah, Kinsley, I'm here in Cottondale where it's coming down quite a bit behind me. And while most people right here are actually headed west or north evacuating, some of them are actually people going straight down south into the storm. Alan Ramirez and his tree company are actually headed down there to help people out, and they're headed to Tallahassee right now. They're going to be staying with a family friend, and in the morning they're going to be patrolling the streets, helping anyone in need. We caught up with Ramirez, and here is what he is expecting.
A little bit of everything. We're expecting trees to be falling, electrical power lines down, just what's ordinary and what's not ordinary. One tree doesn't make a forest, and in unity we have strength is what I believe. So reality is we're all here together. So helping one another is very critical in life, you know, and this is how we should be, all together in times like this.
Now, Ramirez and his company will be doing restoration for families in need after the hurricane. In Cottondale, Jamel Johnson, your hometown news leader.
Jamal Johnson, thank you for that latest update. Go ahead and take out your phone right now and scan the code on your screen for another important way you can track Helene. That's the Forewarn weather app. I promise you're going to want to have it. It will let you see where the storm is going, the watches and warnings issued, look at radar and satellite, and watch video updates. It's available for free on both Apple and Android devices. At 5, we continue our coverage with a look at the federal response and a live conversation with a hurricane chaser. Stay with us. We continue our coverage of Helene tonight, joined live by News 4's White House correspondent John Decker. So, John, earlier you spoke with FEMA Director Deanne Criswell about the federal response to the hurricane. Give us an update on what she told you.
Well, the FEMA administrator told me several hours ago what FEMA is doing to pre-position personnel in the eye of the storm of Hurricane Helene. So what that means, 1,100 FEMA personnel, not just based in Florida, but also in several other states in the south and southeast. In addition to that, resources pre-positioned as well: water, food, medicine, generators, all because FEMA anticipates a huge storm surge in many low-lying communities that are in the pathway of this hurricane.
Sounds like they're ready. John Decker, that's our time. But thanks for joining us today on News 4 at 5.
There it is. Hey, Scott, good to see you. Nice and quiet right now. Tell me where
Dave,
you
how you
are
doing?
and what your plans are going into the evening hours as we track this monster storm.
Yeah, Monster's right. This is a big one. My team and I just rendezvoused all here in Tallahassee. We were spread out for most of the afternoon, scouting around, trying to figure out where the storm's going to go, where we can ride it out safely, because it is going to be quite strong. I think this is the strongest one we've done so far this year. We're actually heading out now to head towards Perry. We think we found a spot a little bit northwest of Perry, right where the eye should track over. I am going for the eye for this one. Once we get there, we're going to get set up, scout it out, make sure it's safe. That there aren't too many trees that are going down, because I really think in this area the trees are going to be the biggest thing that a lot of people have to worry about. There are a lot of them. Driving around Tallahassee all day, there are an unbelievable amount of trees. They are tall, they're woody, they're not flexible like palm trees. So trees are a really big thing that I'm concerned about with this one. But yeah, my team and I, we're going for the eye. We're heading out towards Perry. It seems to be where the track is shifting. And I'll check in whenever I can with you and let you know what I'm seeing. Right now, it's not too bad. It's just some rain, maybe a little bit of wind, but it's really not bad yet.
All right,
but that will come.
Yeah. Thank you for checking in. You're right. It will get bad. He will be in the middle of this beast of a storm as we go through the evening hours and overnight, and we will cover that with him. Scott, thank you so much. Of course, be safe out there. He's got a Starlink to have good internet connection as well to share that with us. So we'll have more from Scott coming up as we go through the evening hours. Kinsley?